What up, peeps? Welcome to today's vlog. Abby's working on stuff.
Yep.
What are you working on?
What up, peeps?
VHS stuff.
What are you working on?
I'm tagging stuff like this perfect dark. Woo.
Oh, yeah. And then we need somewhere to put this. We have a bunch of these left. It's got to be some room over here.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
No worries. Oh, yeah. Perfect. All right, so we do have one trade in to show you guys so far. Let's take a look at some really good stuff in here. We have Beauty and the Beast, Yu-Gi-Oh! XG Tag Force 3, which Abby said was a PAL exclusive, so that one's PAL. Then we have Tag Force 5 and Tag Force 4 and Shadow of Destiny. Then some Vita games here. Soul Sacrifice, Tokyo Twilight, Ghost Hunters, Trigger Happy Havoc, Code Realize sealed, Tokyo Xanadu sealed, Akiba's Beat sealed, Stranger of Sword City sealed, and Lost Dimension sealed. And we have Time Stalkers for the Dreamcast sealed, which is pretty cool. Then Monster Rancher 2 for PS1, Kingdom Hearts, and Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Really awesome stuff.
And Monster.
And that.
Yeah, we got this.
Ryan found that at the outlet this morning. It's just a box though.
Monster Rancher is like in the 30, mid 30 range. The sealed Time Splitters, that's like 30 to 40, but it's also going in
Time Stalkers.
Time Stalkers. That
one's for the collection.
All of the Yu-Gi-Oh games. Actually, the PAL one's the most expensive. It actively sells in America and stuff. And that one's worth 32, and the rest are about 20 to 27. And then the Vita games are actually all the ones that are open are about 10 to 15, and then the ones sealed, they're gonna be in the $30 range. Yeah.
Cool.
And then Beauty and the Beast is $7.99.
Yeah.
And then Shadow of Destiny, I believe, is a $14.99 game.
So this one we're going to be keeping for the collection. The sealed Vita games we'll probably hold on to as well. Everything else here is just going to go out for sale, though. You interested in some of those?
I'm looking. I just want to look at these.
So we have one of our not first, but we have a bad customer story for you guys today. And I'm still pretty pissed off because it just happened. So I'm going to tell you the whole story. So this is going to be a long little story / rant here. So this guy came in last night, and Abby and I both, this is after Ryan had already left, Abby and I both went above and beyond to help this guy out, to help him pick out things. He had questions about everything. We were super nice. Anyone who's ever actually been to the store will know that we always treat people very, very well. We're nice people in general, so we're not going to be rude to someone. And originally he came in, he was asking if we had an NES Classic. And we said sometimes we do get them in, but currently we don't have any. We have the original systems if you're looking for those. Or, if you want to stay on the cheaper side, we do have the Retrons, which is an aftermarket console that'll play NES games. And he's like, yeah, I just want to play Mario Brothers and Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And we're like, okay, we do have those games. The Retron will play them. You can even use an original controller if you want. And we're having our Black Friday sale. Buy two, get one free on games $12.99 or less. So basically, we helped this guy for about 45 minutes, helping him go through the different options for the consoles, whether he wants an original, a Retron 1. We also have the Retron 3. And, we're giving him all these different options. And I'm watching the camera to wait for when he comes back in. I'm not going to deal with him, though, because I can't. So we go through all the options. I show him Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I show him Super Mario Brothers. And because of our sale, he ends up also picking out Excite Bike and 2 Sesame Street games because he said he has younger kids. And he's like, they'll probably enjoy these. So he gets the Retron, 5 games, I think. And then he gets an official controller. And he gets an HDMI converter. So with the HDMI converters, we typically tell people that you may or may not need it. And if possible, we actually try to send people home without it. And if the system works on their TV without it, good to go. They don't need it. We don't want to make people spend an extra $15 on an adapter if they don't need it. So he decides that it's only $15. He's just going to get it even if he doesn't need it. And with these HDMI adapters, it's not a frame meister. It's not going to make it look any better on the TV. And we tell every single person that buys one, we tell them it does not make it look any better. All it does is up the signal to something that a newer TV will accept. And we usually go into detail and explain this to people that most newer TVs, most flat screens, they are only going to accept down to like a 480p or something like that, whereas an NES, an N64, a Genesis, a Super Nintendo, they put out a lower signal than that video quality wise. And we tell people the HDMI adapter will boost that signal up so that it'll work on your TV, but it's not going to make it look any better. So we tell him all of this. The guy was perfectly nice yesterday. He just was asking questions and we were just having a good time. We even gave him some game recommendations because he was asking about stuff like that. And, we helped him out. And we, with the sale, he ended up getting, he got the Mario Brothers game for free, and he got one of the Sesame Street games for free. I think it was something like that. And the Retron brand new was $20. So this guy spent about $80. That was last night. It's 5:36 right now. That was last night at probably 7:30, 8 o'clock. So he calls back today. Ryan answers, talks to him for a minute. I'm helping a customer. Ryan is like, you should talk to this guy. I switched off with him. Ryan started helping the customers. I took the phone call. I came back here into the back. And the guy is complaining about basically everything. So he's like, well, I got this thing last night and the picture quality is horrible. Everything's blurry and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, if you're looking to play a retro console on a newer TV, that's just how they look, And I even explained to him last night, if you have an old CRT television, hooking it up to that is the best option. It's going to look the best. It's going to be compatible no matter what. That's just the best option for it. And he even said that he had one, in his kid's room, but he bought the adapter anyway so that he could play it on the big TV if he wanted, which, everything sounded fine. And so he's complaining that it looks blurry. And I told him, that's how older consoles look. Especially if you're trying to hook them up to a newer TV, even with the adapter, it's going to look blurry. That's just how they are. And then he complains that my kids can't even take the game out. It's so tight. Every time they want to change the game, they have to bug me and I have to do it for them. And it's like, that's how they are. I mean, if you buy an original NES that doesn't have a new pin connector, it's not going to be like that, but it's also not going to work very well. And I'm pretty sure we even explained to him last night that even though this is a new system, these games are old. They may need more cleaning, even though we cleaned and tested every single game on our Retron 3 in front of him while he was here. Every single game loaded up fine. We cleaned them, we tested them, everything was good to go, and now he's complaining that the kids can't get the games out, and sometimes he has to put the game in multiple times, and I even told him that that's what you kind of have to do sometimes. These are older games. They're gonna need to be cleaned. Not every single time you use it, but, every once in a while you're gonna have to clean them. You might have to try them a few different times. I told him this. We always tell people this when they're clearly not like a collector or, they're not into retro games already. If they're just getting a system to try out or just whatever it is, we always explain this kind of stuff to people. And so, he's complaining about all this stuff, and he's like, so what's your return policy? And as I told him last night, our return policy is if anything is damaged or defective, you have 7 days to bring it back for an exchange or in-store credit. It's pretty standard for most game stores to not do cash back. It's a simple, easy to understand thing to do. Most places do this. The reason for it is that if someone does have buyer's remorse, or if somebody, this is an extreme example, but if someone comes in on a Friday night, they buy an N64 with GoldenEye and 4 controllers, play it all weekend, and then bring it back on Monday and say, I didn't like it, you know, that's not cool to do to a small business or any business. And so that's the reason for the policy, is to protect the business from people renting stuff, which if they return it and get their money back, they're not even renting it. They just, you know, they just had it for a little bit and got their money back. It's not okay. And so, and we do make exceptions, you know, we have regulars. If they buy a game and they bring it back the next day and they're like, hey, I bought this and I realized I already have it, you know, we'll let them swap it out. It's not a big deal. And we're understanding, we want to help people out. And I offered this guy so many solutions. I told him the return policy. I said, you know, if you want to come in and swap it out for something else, we have many, many systems. We have games for newer consoles even. If you're looking, you know, for something else, you know, we'll help you out. We'll take care of it, whatever it is. And typically that's not even something we would do, because the system, everything he bought is working perfectly fine. It's working as it's supposed to. It's just the image in his mind of Mario Brothers that he played 30 years ago is supposed to be crisp and clean and an HD image. And it's just not going to work like that unless you're going to get the classic, or if you're going to get, you know, a Frame Meister or whatever it is. And to be fair, he did want the classic when he came in, but, you know, when we explained to him that we don't have it, but we have the originals, that's kind of on him to, you know, decide what he wants to do. We're not forcing anyone to buy anything. We're not like talking people into doing stuff they don't want to do. And, you know, you know, whatever. So this guy on the phone, like, after I've already explained the return policy to him, and I've offered him multiple solutions which are outside of our return policy already, because typically we only take returns if something is not working. And so everything's working perfectly fine. He bought 2 brand new products and opened them, and I was still willing to take the return on them and exchange them out for something else. And he's just getting more and more agitated. He's cursing at me, he's yelling, and, you know, we try not to curse on the channel here just to keep it family friendly, but I am going to curse here just to, you know, let you guys know exactly what he said. So if you have kids watching, you don't want them to hear it, you know, turn it off. But he's like, he's like, so basically you're just telling me that, you know, I'm shit out of luck and I just need to throw this piece of shit in the garbage and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I mean, no, I've given you a few different options here. You have multiple things you can do. The only thing he wanted was to bring it back and get his money back. And he, like, wouldn't take no for an answer, basically. And I've never just said no. You know, I always try to explain the purpose of the return policy, the purpose of why we have it how it is. I give him the multiple options of, well, you know, you can bring it back. We can swap it out for you if you want to. You know, if you want to maybe look into getting a newer system that will have a better picture, we can do that. You know, whatever it is, we're always willing to work with someone. But this guy was just being completely unreasonable, being a huge jerk. And these are the kind of people that we do not want as customers. Not because he wants to return something, but because he's one of those types of people that have the attitude that, you know, it doesn't matter what the policy is. If I bitch and complain enough, I'm going to get what I want. And so he's supposed to be, finally, I just told him, bring it back in, we'll give you your money back, because I was just tired of him yelling at me on the phone, basically. And so I don't know when he's coming in. It's 5:44. We close at 9. I've already told Abby and Ryan that when he comes in, I'm not dealing with him. I cannot. Because I don't want to be rude to him, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to yell into someone's face. That's not my personality. And so I just told Abby, just, you know, give him his money back. He paid with a debit or credit card, so he has to have that with him, because we're not going to give him cash back. That's dangerous for us, because if someone pays with a card, then they get cash back, and then they go do a chargeback on their card, we're out double the amount. So he has to have that original card that he paid with, so that when we run it through our system, we can put the money back on his card. And, you know, I've told Abby as well that when this guy comes in, if he's rude to you, you can tell him to please not come back and that he's not welcome here anymore, because, like, having that sort of attitude that, he's basically a male Karen. So he's, just complaining until he gets his money back, and I don't really know like what he was expecting. I mean, if you're gonna play a 30-year-old system on a newer TV, you can't expect it to just be in 4K or something. Like, it doesn't work like that. And like I said, we explained to him multiple times, like even before he bought it, we explained to him, how it works. You got to try the games maybe a few times, blah blah blah. You may not need the HDMI adapter. We told him all this stuff, and he even tried to tell me on the phone that I told him that the HDMI adapter would make it look better, and that is a complete lie. I literally tell people, every single person that buys one, I tell them, it will not make it look any better. Those are my exact words when people buy those things, and he's trying to tell me I said that it would make it look better. And it's like, no, I would never tell you that, and I would also, I tried to tell you to not buy it. You know what I mean? We try to tell people to try it first. If it doesn't work, then you're going to need the adapter. If it does work, then you just save $15 kind of thing. So basically, this is a rant, but I thought you guys would get a kick out of the story as well. And, we haven't really dealt with someone that had this level of like rudeness and this much attitude, and it's not pleasant. And we are a small business. We can't afford for people to be buying brand new products, taking them home, realizing that it's not really what they wanted, and then bringing them back and getting their money back. It just doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? We can't just eat the cost on stuff like this because we have one employee. It's just the three of us here. It's not like we're a gigantic corporation where it's like we can handle $10,000 in returns a year or whatever it is. We have the return policy in place for a reason. It is on every single receipt. It is a big block of text at the bottom that clearly explains the return policy. Not only that, but we tell every single person that buys the system what the return policy is to prevent issues like this from coming up. So if you guys buy from any business, it doesn't matter if it's Walmart, Amazon, or from your local game store, if they have a policy in place and you know what the policy is, whether it's on your receipt, they tell it to you, it's posted at the register, whatever it is, don't go to that business and bitch and complain until you get your way, because it's not cool. And he's like I can't even remember everything he said on the phone because it was just a blur of yelling and just him being a jackass. So I don't know. It sucks. It happened. Obviously, it's only an $80 purchase, so it's not a huge deal. And I don't want to make it sound like $80 is gonna, make or break us or anything like that. It's just, can't let it slide every single time. So this guy, just because he was annoying the crap out of me, is getting his money back. But if he's rude to Abby, he's going to be asked to never come back again. And I would prefer that he doesn't come back anyway, whether he's rude or nice to her. So, and that goes for anyone else. If anyone who wants to act like a child and throw a temper tantrum until they get what they want, they're not welcome to shop here. We don't want those types of customers. And it's just, it sucks, you know what I mean? Like, it's so much fun owning the store and talking about video games with people and helping people, relive their childhood and giving like recommendations and helping people pick stuff out and all that. It's so much fun. And then you get someone like this who, it's not going above and beyond, because we do it for everyone that comes in the store, but you could say kind of, we went above and beyond to help this guy. And then when he had buyer's remorse, instead of just being like, oh, well, maybe I should have done my research before I, whatever, or maybe I didn't really want an NES and blah, blah, blah. Instead of just like accepting that he had buyer's remorse, he instead wants to take away from a small business, basically. And it's just not cool. So I've ranted long enough, guys. We're going on 17 minutes here for this clip. So if you have that attitude, just please stop. And, that's all I can say. It sucks to focus on like the one negative customer out of, 10,000 nice ones. But, it's just like, with anything else, if you always get complimented on your looks and then one person tells you you're ugly, you can't help but think about that one person, you know what I mean? And obviously it's 0.01% of everyone that's complimenting you, but it still kind of sucks that for whatever reason people just have crappy attitudes and just take advantage of things when they think they can just complain and bully their way into getting what they want. And it sucks, but it is what it is. So thank you guys for listening. Hope you found it entertaining at least, because it's not entertaining for me, but I figured it would be for you guys. So yeah, it kind of sucks. I don't think we've had any more trade-ins yet. I'll check with Abby though. I'll show them to you if we have, but some people. So that guy did not come in, and we're closed now.
I don't think he's gonna come in.
Abby doesn't think he's gonna come.
I bet he was like acting like that, and his wife's like, "What is wrong with you? Like, you're being a jerk. Knock it off." And I bet he's not gonna come in because he acted extremely foolish from what you're saying, and I doubt he'd come in like that.
I think he'll come in because he threw such a big fit, and apparently it's really important to him to get his $80. So I don't know. I think he'll come in.
Like, we don't usually talk about customers like this, but
because we don't have to.
when you're a big fat meanie head like that, it's not pleasant to deal with.
Time to go. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. You bringing that food?
Yeah.
Abby got Thai food and didn't get me anything.
I offered you food. Don't even. I have a rock, and I'm not afraid to use it.
I'll just have leftover turkey sandwiches. It's okay. Let's go. Now, let's go home.
You like turkey sandwiches, so I
love them.
understand that. Do you want to ring your sales?
No.
You want to go home?
I want to go home. Sales were average
was
today.
In such a bad mood after talking to that guy, though.
Yeah, because he was a jerk.
His big fat mean face.
Time to go home. Lights off. Camera off. Bye.
Grab my phone.
Bye.
Stop doing that.
Bye. All right, so we have an idea, something we're gonna do. We were trying to think of what to do for Cyber Monday, which, as you're seeing in this video, is today. Unfortunately, we do not have our entire inventory posted on a website anywhere, and we can't just like apply a coupon code and say, here you go, make your purchases. Everything that we sell, basically everything we sell to you guys through Facebook and Instagram, it has to be done one by one. And we were afraid that if we just did the same sale for online orders for a day, we would get so many messages that there's no possible way we'd be able to respond in time.
And for me to like make sure everything's still in inventory and all this stuff, so it's too stressful to deal with that.
Yeah, so instead of doing that, what we've decided to do instead is to do a live sale. And we've done this once before. We do just a live Facebook or a live YouTube stream where we come in on our day off. We're here at the store, and we do it that way. We're going to still apply the same sale that we're doing for Black Friday. So we're still going to do the buy two get one free, as long as the free item is $12.99 or less. Doesn't matter what the cost of the other two games are or items. The only difference is that we don't want to ship systems. We don't mind shipping handhelds, but we don't want to ship like a GameCube system bundle. But then VHS and strategy guides are half off. This does not count for the anime VHS. This is for just whatever we have here. So
it does include Nintendo Power.
It does include Nintendo Power magazines. So what we were thinking is we want to do this tomorrow, which would be Tuesday. We don't have an exact time, and I know that there's different time zones and everything, so it's going to be difficult to have a perfect time for everyone, especially on a Tuesday. A lot of people are going to be working and stuff.
I almost feel like we should do it later in the evening.
Yeah, we might.
Can you do like a little poll thing on YouTube?
I can try. I've never done it.
Comment.
So,
like, just comment like
yeah,
morning,
I guess,
afternoon, evening.
Well, we should be able to tell them right now when it's going to be.
I don't want to get up early.
So,
what if we started at like 2 p.m.?
So if we start the sale at 2 p.m.
Our time.
2 p.m. our time, That would be 5 p.m. East Coast. So I think that that'll be okay. And this is just a thought, but maybe we'll do 2 of them so that we can do one so that people have 2 chances to make it.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out, but
will we honor the Black Friday sale on that second one as well, since
yes.
we did a weekend long? Okay.
So
good.
The only time we can ever do these is Tuesday and Wednesday. Those are the only days that we're closed. The other days we can't do it when there's customers coming in and out of the store. I think a customer might be coming in right now. That's why I'm coming back here. Okay, never mind. But so 2 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday the December 3rd. So 2 p.m. come to the channel. We'll be doing the live sale. We're gonna see if Ryan can come in to help us with it, so that Abby can be on Facebook and stuff, like setting up the orders when people buy stuff, and we can try to get some stuff taken care of quickly. I will be obviously showing the stuff and talking to the chat, and then hopefully if Ryan can make it, he'll be like grabbing games off the shelves and doing stuff like that.
Okay, and then we need to just like go over some like ground rules.
Yeah, so
all the payments go through PayPal. Like, that's what we have to do.
yeah.
We cannot take card payment over the phone, can't take it over email, can't take it over Messenger. You can always do PayPal as a guest, from what I understand. We could like send you an invoice or something like that, but it has to go through PayPal. And if you guys don't reach us by Friday, so like 2 days after we get back, we're gonna put everything back out. We had things sitting here for weeks, and it was really hard to like put stuff back out. But so you have by Friday to make your payment and to contact us before everything goes back out on the shelves. Everything will be shipped out. We're gonna have a lot of orders, and you'll be provided tracking numbers. But since we're doing this on YouTube, I'm going to need everybody, once you claim something, to message us on Facebook and say, hey, this is my username, this is my name, here's my address. And after the live stream, we'll get you shipping quotes for everything. And we don't charge more for shipping than we're charged for shipping. So we don't overprice it. It's not like, oh, this is gonna cost $3 to ship, we charge you $5. We're gonna charge you the exact amount of what shipping costs.
Yeah, so for a lot of things, we should just be able to tell you off the top of our heads what shipping will be. But if you're buying, 15 games, it's obviously not going to go in a first class package. It's going to have to go priority or something like that. And then the cost of shipping just depends on where you're located. So we are still doing the sale, and hopefully, adding shipping costs on top of that, you guys will still be able to get some good deals. So, we'll give you all the details and stuff tomorrow. Obviously, we'll have the rules and everything, available.
And then if there's anybody who has anything negative to say or anything like that, you're gonna get banned. I'm sorry. I think that's a given. We've dealt with that. The first day we opened, we dealt with that last stream. There's not gonna be any warning things. It's just gonna be one more time, you're done. You're absolutely done. So
yeah, so like I said, we'll give you all the rules and everything tomorrow when we do it, but 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Hello. Just make sure you come back to the channel then, and all the info will be ready. And yeah, there's a customer in here right now. So yeah, 2 p.m. tomorrow. So in yesterday's vlog, I mentioned that we had some announcements, or we had an announcement to make, and I actually forgot to do it, which was kind of a good thing because I wouldn't have been able to give you all the info yesterday anyway, but now I can because it's been officially announced. But my band, Monotheist, has another tour coming up in February. And I'll put up the flyer on the screen here, put it right here, so you guys can see exactly where we're going to be. We have... I don't remember all the dates off the top of my head, but we have a couple dates in Ohio. There, I believe, is Detroit, Chicago, Philadelphia. There's one Canadian show in Toronto, and a few others. I think it's February 6th through the 16th. No days off. So we're touring with a couple other bands. Both bands are pretty cool. You should check them out, as well as Monotheist. And if you're going to be in the area on those days and you want to come and hang out, come to a cool metal show, see me, you know, definitely should. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's the announcement that I had to make, and it wasn't officially announced until today, which is the day you're seeing this video. This clip I'm filming right now is the day after all the other clips you've seen from this vlog. Just got to the store today. So yeah, tour. It's going to be a lot of fun. You guys should definitely come and check it out if you can, if you're into metal. And like I said, all the dates are on there. You should be able to search the venue that you're looking at, and they should either have like a Facebook event page, or it should be on their website or something like that. From what I've seen, there's only 2 event pages so far for a couple of the shows, but they should be adding them in there hopefully pretty soon. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today's vlog. Really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smack the like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.